Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Devontae coming to you once again from the Red Room, and it is finally here. It is the National Keloid Awareness Month. We are here on day one, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a while now, and let's get right into it. So, of course, the number one question is, what essentially is a keloid? And it's simple. A keloid is simply a raised scar or, an overgrowth of tissue that forms during the healing process after, you've been injured. That can be from piercings, that can be from cuts, anything that really breaks the skin. For some people, it's even tattoos. As a person with keloid skin, I have to be very careful about the type of activities that I engage in because any type of breaking of my skin is very traumatic for my skin. And the biggest difference between my skin and a normal person's skin is the healing process. So for a person who tends to have normal skin, their healing process is very cut and dry. The skin breaks and then, it mends itself and grows back together. And once it does that, they have a scar, but, over time, their scar fades. And for some people, you can never even tell they had a scar in the first place or that the skin ever broke. Now, for me, a person who has keloid type skin or keloidal skin, I have an excess amount of collagen in my skin than the average person. So when my skin breaks and it starts healing and comes back together, that excess collagen compounds on top of each other. And over time, it becomes a raised scar that actually sits up off my skin, like the ones in my chest and on my ears. Because the keloids that I have on my ears actually grew from the stitch line from the last surgery that I had. Now, of course, I'm more so known for the keloids on my ears, but my keloids on my ears were actually not the first keloids I ever got. My first keloidal scar came when I was like 5 or 6 years old. I fell out of my grandma's bed and her bed frame scratched the side of my left knee. When the scar came, I assumed it was normal because, what 5-year-old knows about keloidal skin? And over time, it flattened out. It was raised for a while, but it flattened out. It's not completely flat. You can still feel the the outline or make of the scar, so you can tell it's there. Then, so that was the first one. My second scar came when I was in the second grade. I remember running on the playground, slipped on the rocks, and I ended up going down onto my right knee. And when that scar came, that one went flat very quickly. And I assume it's just because it's on top of my knee, the constant, bending of my knee and stretching that skin out. I'm assuming that's why it went flat very, very quickly. But you really can't even tell that one's there. Like if you feel it, it feels normal, like the rest of my skin. Then from there, I went all the way to high school without getting any more scars. And boom, freshman year, 15 years old, I get my ears pierced for my birthday. I wanted my ears pierced so bad because I wanted to be just like my dad. My dad had his ears pierced and I wanted to be just like him. So I asked and my wish was granted. And I got my ears pierced for my birthday. Everything was fine. I think it's 6 weeks you have to go before you can, swap your earrings out, the ones that you got them pierced with. And so after my 6 weeks, I got my new earrings, put them in, everything was fine. And then over time, I noticed that there was this hardness in my lobes. And so most people, have that, because, it's kind of, the skin is still kind of swollen, from being punctured. But mine never went away. And so people were like, maybe it's a pus pocket in there or something like that. So, squeeze it, maybe it'll pop and, it'll go down. So I spent days just squeezing, and squeezing. Nothing ever happened. So I was like, what? Bump this squeezing thing. This is not a pus pocket. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it couldn't be a pus pocket because I'm like, it cannot be this hard to pop a pus pocket. So, over time, it kept growing and eventually it became uncomfortable to wear earrings. And eventually I just had to take the earrings out. And then from there, the hole closed back up, and that's when my first set of keloids on my ears started growing. After that, we went to a dermatologist, and that's when they told me that it actually was, keloids and things of that nature. And I started getting like steroid injections. Now, if you've never gotten a steroid shot, consider yourself lucky, because those things are so uncomfortable. I remember I used to cry because they hurt so bad, because I had to get mine directly into the keloid, and mine were so big to the point I had to get like 7 shots per ear. I had to get 3 in the front and 4 in the back, and each time they had to go deeper and deeper, get into the center of it, so that way they can make sure the steroid was, spreading all throughout the keloid. So I got like the first round of steroid injections for like so many months, and then I had to go get the very first surgery. So I had my first surgery done. I was actually awake. It was just like a laser surgery. They lasered them off, and I just had like a Valium up under my tongue to just keep me calm or whatever throughout, because they did like a local anesthetic. And I remember just laying there and just listening to them basically burn my ears off. And I remember smelling it, and it was bad. I kind of wish they would have put me to sleep, because to sit there and smell your skin burning is not a very pleasant experience. So after the first surgery was done, I went back to my dermatologist to start back getting steroid injections. And honestly, it was worse this time because they had to go in and stick me however many times before, everything healed up, because they had to get the steroid in the tissue before the collagen started doing this thing. So I went through all of that. Keloids came back. So I stopped getting the steroid injections because I felt like there was no point in getting them, because obviously they weren't working. And so then went for a while, went back, got another surgery done, but this time it was with a different dermatologist and a different surgeon. This surgery experience was not the best. The doctors and nurses were nice, but the experience was not the best. I don't know what went on in the operating room, but when I came out, my throat felt like somebody had drug a rake through it. I guess from the breathing tube being down it. Then from there, my cornea got scratched during operation. I don't know what happened with that. So after surgery, I had a sore throat. I had to wear an eye patch for like about a month. And then, I had my ears bandaged up. And so after that surgery, I had to go back and get steroid injections once again. And once again, same result. They came back for a third time. So switched everything again. So after I switched everything, this time they still did steroid injections before the actual surgery, but they did a different steroid this time, I believe. And by this time, the keloid that's in the top of my chest was just a scar now. But before, it was like this one, and this one had developed. And it came from a bump I had in my chest. I was taking a bath, wiped up with a rag, and it burst, and boom, I had a keloid. So they took that one out, and they got both off of my ears. And what was different about this one was post-op, I had to do radiation therapy. And I did like 3 or 4 sessions of radiation therapy. I guess it didn't work because my keloids came back for a 4th time. And I feel like the only thing I got out of the deal was hot flashes. Like, I really feel like the radiation therapy changed my body chemistry to some degree, because I get hot flashes like crazy now. And I have to have my air on like sub-zero all the time now because I get so hot. But like I said, they came back for a 4th time, and right now I'm currently not looking to have any more surgeries. My family and my mom, they want me to have another surgery, but it gets to a point where it's just like you get so annoyed and so emotional and so aggravated with being cut on all the time and poked and prodded and going through the whole surgery thing and being put to sleep and going through the healing process and all of that. It became a little bit much for me to deal with, and I just didn't know if I had it in me to go through that again, to end up with the same result of having them come back. So at the current moment, I'm not looking for any surgery. I'm just rocking with what I got, and you choosing to use this as a confidence booster, but as an inspiration to other people. Now, even though I wasn't entertaining surgery, I did want to try different treatments. So I tried some home remedies and things of that nature. And then I also wanted to try, it was something I came across called cryo shaping, where they basically put like a probe through the actual keloid and like froze it from the inside out using liquid nitrogen that would run through the probe and like super cool it. So I wanted to try that, but the doctor I went to, yeah, he wasn't really trying to do that. I honestly felt like it wasn't necessarily that he couldn't do it. I just felt like he didn't really want to do it. And I mean, that's fine. I guess you have that right to choose what you want to take on or not. And I just feel like he honestly didn't want to take on that challenge. So I never tried the cryo shaping or any other type of cryotherapy, but I was very interested in trying it out. I discovered I could sing and dance. Singing came first, dancing came second. They happened at two separate times. I started singing at the age of 3. That was the first time I ever got up in front of anybody at church and sung. And then once I got in elementary school and was old enough, I joined the chorus. And Miss Renee Pullen was my choral director, and she was the very first person to put me in front of like the general public and sing. And after that, it just took off. The Chamber of Commerce ended up hearing me sing, and from then on, like from then to when I graduated from high school, I always had a solo set at every festival that we would have around the square in my hometown. And once I got in high school, I would have like double performances. I would have to sing and perform with the chorus, and then I would also have my own little solo spot that was just like my little thing. And I would probably do like maybe like 5 or 6 songs. And so that was singing. Dancing didn't come along until 6th grade, because I never thought I could dance. I never thought I had rhythm. But when I got to 6th grade, it was at the fall dance. I'll never forget. I don't know who I thought I was or what got into me, but I just danced. And from then on, I was known as the singer and the dancer. It wasn't until high school I actually put singing and dancing together, when I would perform with show choir and the chorus and the drama department and all of that. And so that's how I discovered I could sing and dance. Now, this is actually funny because I was supposed to sing Sometimes I Cry for my cousin probably like 5 years ago, and to this day she still asks me for this song. So the next cover I do will probably be Sometimes I Cry, because I owe her that, and I owe her a cover to Give Me You. So I got like 2 covers I gotta do, because I owe her like 2 songs. But I promise you, cuz they coming, they will be here on YouTube soon. What gave me the confidence to be myself? That is a very good question. Initially, my parents always told me I could be whoever and whatever I want to be in life. And then as I got older, rejection really shaped me and molded me into the person I am today. I've been rejected vocally, because vocally I'm not everybody's favorite. As far as dancing, I'm not everybody's cup of tea when it comes to dancing. Dating, I've been rejected so much when it comes to dating, because some people just can't deal with the keloids, and that's fine. I know I feel like a lot of people don't want to tell me that, but most of the time I'm like, I know that's what it is. I mean, and it's fine, because you don't have to walk that life with me. I mean, it is what it is. I understand that. So dating, I've been rejected a lot, and friendships, I've been rejected. I've had people, we're good to go as friends, and then out the blue, they just up and drop you. Don't tell you why. And it is what it is. I mean, it hurts, because it's like, without, you could have, I thought we were better than that. You could have told me, like, well, we just don't rock like that anymore. And I mean, I can understand that. I'm an adult. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, rejection is what really pushed me into my confidence, because you can either let it break you or let it make you. And I just had to be like, Devontae, you can't sit here and nitpick yourself and try to mold yourself into what everybody else wants you to be. What are you going to be for yourself? And once I grasped that concept, it's like everything just became so much easier in my life. How has it been adjusting to my keloids throughout my life? It has been an uphill battle, and it still is an uphill battle. Like every day, I have to pump myself up and be my own cheerleader, because, like I said earlier, like there are some days I don't want to get out of bed just because I don't feel like dealing with people, because every day is different. Some days I can go a whole day without noticing somebody staring at me, and then some days it's like everybody's staring at me. Like, I'll have people walk up on me just to get a good look at my ears, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Luckily, I'm not the kind of person to like really, really cause scenes and stuff in public. So, y'all lucky in that regard. But it's just like, why would you do that to somebody? I mean, you never know what somebody's dealing with or going through in their head mentally. So it's just an uphill battle. When I was younger, when I first got them, I thought my life was over. I really did. I was like, nobody's ever going to not pick at me or not have something to say. Once I got to college, in college, I never remember experiencing any type of, I'll take that back. There was this one guy, like he was a grown man that like really, really like almost had me in tears in Walmart. I was grocery shopping, and out of the blue, he just came out of nowhere. And he was like, oh my God, what is going on with your ears? Like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, well, damn. I was not expecting this today. But yeah, that was bad. That was a bad day. That was a bad day. That was the day me and my best friend really almost beat up somebody, because it was bad. In my adult life, I'm way more confident now. So I have my days, but for the most part, I'm Devontae, baby. Take it or leave it. Like, if you're gonna take me as I am, keloids and all, country and all, whatever the case may be, take me as I am, or don't take me at all. And now I can confidently live with the fact of knowing that people probably won't deal with me, or whatever the case may be, because of my keloids. Now, this is a question I actually had to go and look up, and I really appreciate you for asking this question, because I honestly, did not know. It was something I noticed, but I never knew the science behind it. But I actually looked it up. I actually have it right here, because I'm going to have to read it, because I'm not going to remember exactly everything. But I did actually find that keloid skin is more common in African American people, Asian people, and people of Hispanic descent. So I found that out during my research, and I found a little article that was talking about the fact that there's a certain type of gene that's associated with keloids. I guess they found that through research, and this is through Velez Edwards Lab. I hope I pronounced that right. But they did research on it, and there's actually a gene that's associated with keloidal skin, and that gene is found predominantly in African Americans, Asians, and people of Hispanic descent. Now, people of European descent, they have the gene, but it's not as profound as the other three races. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this first video of, National Keloid Awareness Month. I have more videos coming that's going to pertain to, my life and the life of a person dealing with keloidal skin and the things that we go through. Be on the lookout for my Wind Down Wednesday video coming. Got that coming. Bring your shot glasses with you. Also, March 10th, I will be doing a live stream with Scarred and Free on Instagram. It will be March 10th at 7 p.m. Central Time, which will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll be doing that, and we'll be talking about the art of being seen. Follow Scarred and Free, if you're interested in, learning more about, different people that deal with keloidal skin. So definitely follow them. They highlight a lot of people globally, and highlight their stories and tell their stories for them, and just, really uplift people. So I'm about to get up out of here. Thank y'all so much again for supporting me and rocking with me. I know I took a little hiatus, but like I said, I'm back now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's keep the channel booming, keep the channel growing. I will see you guys next time. Love y'all. Bye.